Did Kody Brown's own brother just publicly humiliate him? That is the shocking claim exploding across the Sister Wives universe today. The rumor mill is on fire, with reports that Kody's mysterious brother, Mykel Brown, finally broke his silence in a live interview, dropping family-ending secrets that have left Kody reeling. We're told he exposed Kody's lies, confirmed his total estrangement from his children, and finally revealed the truth about Kody and Robyn's master plan. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We have to talk about this, because this story is the perfect example of how the Sister Wives clickbait machine works. You all saw the headlines. You all saw the frantic posts. But I went and found the actual footage. And what I discovered was not a live interview, and it wasn't an attack. It was a quiet, candid scene from the latest episode of Sister Wives. And while Kody's brother Mykel was there, he wasn't the one dropping the bombshells. Kody was. This wasn't a public humiliation by an angry sibling. It was a private confession to a trusted one. And honestly, the truth of what Kody admitted is so much more devastating, so much more pathetic, and so much more humiliating than any bombshell his brother could have possibly dropped. Kody's brother didn't humiliate him. He just held up a mirror and Kody humiliated himself. So today, we are going to break down exactly what was said, who Kody's brother Mykel even is, and why this single, quiet conversation is the most catastrophic admission Kody Brown has made to date. Get comfortable, because this is a deep dive. So let's first dispense with the clickbait. The title you see everywhere, Mykel drops shocking family bombshells, is false. Mykel Brown, who is indeed Kody's biological brother, did not go on a podcast. He didn't call into a live show. He didn't post a 10-part TikTok takedown. He simply appeared on the show, in what looked like a rare family visit to Kody and Robyn's new house. Mykel sat down with Kody, and he did what no one else in Kody's life does anymore. He listened. He acted like a brother. He asked simple, direct questions. And in that safe space, with his guard completely down, Kody Brown let the mask slip. The conversation that's being reported as an attack was, in reality, a profoundly sad look into Kody's psyche. Mykel wasn't there to humiliate Kody, he was there to ask, "How are you?" And Kody, in response, proceeded to detail his own pain, his paranoia, and the deep, gaping insecurities that are now a result of his plural family imploding. The bombshells weren't from Mykel, they were to Mykel. And we, the audience, were just flies on the wall for a confession that changes everything we thought we knew about Kody's motivations. Before we get to what Kody said, we have to understand who he was talking to. Who is Mykel Brown? We've barely seen him. He is Kody's brother, from Kody's father, Win Brown, and his mother, Jeannie L. Fans with long memories will recall him from a very early episode, way back in season 4, where Kody and his brothers went to the woods, and Kody actually tried to convince Mykel to take a second wife. Mykel, who is in a monogamous marriage, looked at Kody like he had 3 heads. He was, and clearly still is, the normal brother. He's the control group. He represents the life Kody could have had. He's an insurance man. He's the picture of a stable, conventional, non-reality TV life. And that is precisely why his appearance is so significant. He is the one person Kody can't pull his patriarch nonsense on. He's just his brother. The conversation starts innocently enough. Mykel is in Kody and Robyn's new multi-million-dollar home, and he asks a simple question. Why did you move? He says, I love that other house. And this is where Kody's unraveling begins. He doesn't give a practical answer. He doesn't say we needed more space or it was a good investment. He gives a purely emotional, deeply broken answer. He tells Mykel, it was such a want to change my environment, and that's just from pain. And it has something to do with trauma, emotional trauma. He goes on to say that he and Robyn spent 5 years in that last house, and he calls the experience very, very painful. He explicitly connects that house to COVID and the breakups. Let's stop and process this. This is a massive admission. For years, Kody has projected nothing but anger, defensiveness, and blame. He blamed Christine for leaving. He blamed Janelle for choosing her children. He blamed his sons, Gabe and Garrison, for disrespecting him. He has never once in public admitted that their departure caused him pain. He has never used the word trauma. He has only ever performed anger. But here, with his brother, he admits that the loss of his family, the loss of his life, was so traumatic that he couldn't even live in the building where it happened anymore. He and Robyn had to flee the ghosts. They had to spend millions of dollars to buy a new fortress to escape the memories of the family he single-handedly destroyed. This confession isn't a bombshell that humiliates him. It's a tragedy. He is a man so emotionally stunted that he cannot process his grief, so he pathologizes a building. He blames the house. He moves, thinking he can outrun the consequences of his own actions. But the trauma isn't in the drywall, Kody. It's in your mirror. The humiliation here is Kody's total lack of self-awareness. He admits to the pain of the breakups while simultaneously, in the same conversation, confessing that he still can't even talk to Christine. He sees the what, but completely refuses to see the why. But that wasn't even the worst part. That wasn't the real bombshell. The conversation pivots. Mykel, being a good brother, asks the next logical question. He sees Kody in a monogamous marriage for the first time in his adult life. So he asks, how is Robyn liking being the only wife? What follows is, in my opinion, the most revealing and humiliating confession Kody Brown has ever made. He doesn't answer for Robyn. He answers for himself. He looks at his brother and, with a straight face, admits his deepest, darkest fear. He says that Robyn struggled through the whole thing, and then he drops this, with the expectation of plural marriage, when the other wives left, I wondered if my value to her was diminished. Let's read that again. I wondered if my value to her was diminished. This is the entire ballgame. This is the key that unlocks Kody Brown. For his entire life, Kody's value, his identity, his brand, was being the cool polygamist. It's what made him special. It's what got him a TV show. It's what gave him power. He wasn't just a husband. He was a patriarch, a leader, a king with a kingdom. When Christine left, Janelle left, and Mary left, he didn't just lose his wives. He lost his entire identity. And in that moment, he became just a guy in a monogamous marriage, with a bad attitude and a mountain of debt. He became exactly what his brother Mykel has been all along, only Mykel is seemingly happy and well-adjusted. Kody's fear isn't that Robyn misses her sister wives. Kody's fear is that Robyn, the trophy wife he sacrificed his entire family for, would look at him and realize he's not the prize she thought he was. He's not a king anymore. He's just a court jester with no court. His value, as he sees it, was directly tied to the number of women who were loyal to him. Now that the number is 1, he is terrified that he has no value left at all. And Robyn's confessional, where she doubles down and says, I did not ever intend or expect or want to have him to myself, only confirms his fear. She didn't sign up to be married to a regular guy. She signed up to be the favorite wife of a polygamist king. Kody's humiliation is that he failed to keep the kingdom, and now he's terrified his one remaining subject is going to revolt, and this all ties into the one line from Mykel that could be twisted as an insult. It's the moment that sparked the humiliated clickbait. At the end of their chat, Mykel says to Kody, I grew up watching you as the coolest polygamist. On the surface, this sounds like a compliment. But when you place it in the context of everything Kody just confessed, this line is the most brutal humiliation of all. It wasn't an insult. It was a eulogy. Mykel was, in that moment, reminding Kody of the man he used to be. The charismatic, smiling, energetic, cool guy who had 4 beautiful wives, a house full of happy kids, and a hit TV show. He was reminding him of the man who, back in season 4, was so confident in his life that he was actively trying to recruit his brother into the lifestyle. And he was contrasting that memory with the man sitting in front of him today, a bitter, angry, paranoid, broken man, hiding in a new house from the trauma of his failures, terrified his one remaining wife thinks he's a loser. That is the humiliation. The humiliation is the gap between the man he promised everyone he was and the man he has actually become. Mykel didn't have to say Kody was a failure. He just had to remind him of who he was. Kody's own past is now his greatest accuser. So no, Kody Brown was not humiliated by his own brother in a live interview. The situation is far more pathetic. Kody was consoled by his brother, and in the process of being consoled, he exposed his own raw, pathetic insecurities for the world to see. He admitted he's not the patriarch. He's a man defined by pain, running from trauma, and terrified that his entire life's value is gone. The clickbait headlines got the who and what wrong, but they got the result right. Kody is humiliated. But he's not humiliated by Mykel. He's humiliated by the wreckage of his own life. He's humiliated by Christine's happiness. He's humiliated by Janelle's independence. He's humiliated by his son's rejection. He's humiliated by his own reflection. Mykel Brown just happened to be the one holding the mirror. This is the one. The story that, if true, rewrites everything we thought we knew about the Brown family. It is the rumor that is exploding in the darkest corners of the sister wives' web. The claim? That Mykelti Padron, Christine's second daughter, took a commercial DNA test, and the results exposed a secret that Christine has kept hidden for over 30 years. The bombshell? That Christine Brown, the beloved third wife, has a secret daughter, a child she had before she ever even married Kody Brown, a child who has just been discovered, shattering the entire family timeline and exposing the biggest lie of all. This is the sister wives shocker that, they say, will change everything. It is an absolute, categorical fabrication. Christine Brown has 6 children that we have all watched grow up on television. Aspen, Mykelti, Paydon, Gwendolyn, Isabel, and Truly. There is no secret daughter. So, why are we here? Why is this the title of our video? Because, like all powerful clickbait, this rumor is a shadow cast by a much larger and more complex truth. The liars who created this rumor made one fatal mistake. They dug into Christine's past for a secret, and they accidentally stumbled upon the real bombshell. The truth is not that Christine has a secret daughter. The truth is that Christine's entire family is a web of secrets, and a DNA test from any of her children wouldn't just uncover one new relative, it would uncover hundreds. The shocker isn't a secret baby. The shocker is the truth of the polygamist royalty she came from. A truth so dark and so complex that secret daughter is the simplest and cleanest lie you could tell about it. Today, we are going to deconstruct this lie to unearth the absolutely wild, terrifying, and ultimately triumphant real story of Christine's bloodline. To understand the lie, you have to understand the world Christine was born into. This is not a simple family tree. It is a tangled, thorny, impenetrable thicket of shared ancestors in marriage and blood purity. Christine Brown was not just a polygamist. She was, in their world, royalty. She is a direct descendant of the founders of the Apostolic United Brethren, or AUB, the fundamentalist Mormon sect the Browns belong to. Her paternal grandfather was the great prophet, Rulon Allred. Her father was Rex Allred. She was a prize. She was, in Kody's eyes, the ultimate get. He wasn't just marrying a woman. He was marrying a name. He was marrying status, legitimacy, and a direct line to their version of God. Now, let's look at the royalty Kody was so proud of. Christine's grandfather, the prophet Rulon Allred, had an estimated 48 children. Her great-uncle, Owen Allred, who took over the church, had 23 biological children and 25 stepchildren. This is not a family. It is a clan. They are a sprawling dynasty built on the wombs of dozens of women. But it gets even darker. Christine's mother's side is the LeBaron family. The LeBarons are another fundamentalist polygamist group, famous for establishing a violent breakaway colony in Mexico. And here is the sister wives shocker that has been public record for decades. Christine's great-uncle on her mother's side, the infamous prophet Ervil LeBaron, was a rival to her grandfather, Rulon Allred. Ervil, who believed he was the one true prophet, ordered the assassination of his rivals. And in 1977, 2 of his wives, under his command, walked into Rulon Allred's office and murdered him in cold blood. Let's restate this so it is perfectly clear. Christine Brown, the fun mom who makes cooking with just Christine, was born at the center of a literal polygamist mafia war. Her mother's family murdered her father's father. This is the prestigious bloodline she was part of. This is the darkness she was running from. So now, let's go back to the DNA bombshell rumor. What would happen if Mykelti Padron, or any of Christine's children, took a 23andMe test? The result would be a genealogical explosion. A commercial DNA test would not, and could not, comprehend the labyrinth of her family tree. It would spit out a list of close relatives, so long and so confusing it would break the algorithm. The test would flag a woman who is supposed to be her second cousin as a half-sister. It would flag a man who is her uncle as her great-uncle and also her cousin. Mykelti would find that she has dozens, if not hundreds, of unclassified close relatives all over the American West. Why? Because of the rampant in-marriage required to keep the bloodline pure. Christine herself is, in fact, Kody's fourth cousin. Kody and Christine share a great-great-grandfather. So, let's follow the clickbait rumor to its logical source. Someone somewhere heard a whisper that Mykelti's DNA test found a secret relative. And this is almost certainly true. But that secret relative wasn't a hidden child of Christine's. It was almost certainly a secret sister of Christine's. A woman, perhaps younger than Mykelti herself, who is the biological daughter of Rex Allred, one of the countless half-siblings Christine didn't even know existed. To a DNA test, this woman would pop up as a close relative to Mykelti, genetically a half-aunt. The rumor monger, seeing this, took a kernel of truth. Mykelti found a secret close relative and twisted it into the most salacious, damaging lie possible. Christine's secret daughter. The real story is that Christine's father and grandfather had so many children with so many women that it's statistically impossible for any of them to know all of their own siblings. The bombshell isn't Christine's secret. It's the system's secret. The system is designed to produce so many children that they become disposable, interchangeable, and, as in this case, secret. This brings us to the real bombshell. The real shocker isn't a child Christine had, it's the children she saved. Christine Brown's entire life story is not one of deception. It's one of escape. She is the single most powerful indictment of polygamy that this show has ever produced, precisely because she was its royalty. Think about her value to Kody. He married her for her name. He married her for her status. In their religion, she was a 10. She gave him legitimacy that he, as the son of a convert to polygamy, desperately craved. For Kody, marrying Christine Allred was like a commoner marrying into the royal family. And for 25 years, Christine played the part. She was the church wife. She was the peacemaker. She was the one who believed in the principle more than anyone. But beneath the surface, the rot was always there. The royal bloodline she came from was also a bloodline of escapees. Her own mother, Ruthann the LeBaron, left the faith. She left Rex Allred. She walked away from polygamy years before Christine ever did. Christine's aunt, Kristen Decker, also famously left the AUB and is now one of its most outspoken critics, running a nonprofit to help others escape. Christine was not just born into polygamy. She was born onto a battlefield, with her father's family, the Loyalists, on one side and her mother's family, the refugees, on the other. Her entire life, Christine has been in a tug-of-war. And when she finally packed Kody's boxes into the garage, it was not just a woman leaving a man. It was royalty abdicating the throne. It was the church wife committing public heresy. It was the most prestigious woman in Kody's kingdom telling him, and the world, that the kingdom is a lie. This is the real DNA bombshell. The secret isn't in her genes. It's in her choice. The choice to break the chain. The choice to save her daughters, Aspen, Mykelti, Gwendolyn, Isabel, and Truly, from the fate that her mother and aunts had to escape. She did not want her daughters to be sister wives. She did not want them to be one of 50 children. She did not want them to be pawns in a polygamist mafia. She wanted them to be freed. So how does this fabricated bombshell tie back to the current drama? Why does it matter now? Because it exposes, in full, what Kody and Robyn truly lost. When Christine left, Kody didn't just lose a wife. He lost his legacy. He lost his social and religious standing. The Allred name walked out the door. The one wife who connected him to the royal bloodline, the wife who gave him clout and made him a cool polygamist in their tiny pond, was the one who publicly exposed him as a failure. He is no longer the man who married polygamist royalty. He is the man who was dumped by polygamist royalty. This is an irrecoverable blow to his narcissism. His entire value, which he confessed to his brother Michael he fears is diminished, was tied to women like Christine. And she left. And then there's Robyn. Robyn, who has no polygamist pedigree. Robyn, who is a divorcee. Robyn, who came into the family with debt and 3 children from a monogamous marriage. Her entire legitimacy within the Brown family was predicated on being accepted by the other wives, specifically by Christine, the church wife. As long as Christine was there, Robyn had cover. But now Christine is gone. Janelle, the logical one, is gone. Mary, the original, is gone. Robyn is not just the last wife standing. She is a queen with no royal blood, ruling over a kingdom of one, married to a king who has been publicly stripped of his divine right. The DNA bombshell lie is so potent because it speaks to the real fear that the entire Brown family is a fraud. It's not a dynasty. It's not a legacy. It's just 2 people, Kody and Robyn, left alone in a McMansion, completely and totally severed from the royal polygamous bloodlines that Kody thought would make him a god. The real shocker is not a secret daughter. It's that Christine, the one they all dismissed, was the only thing holding their house of cards together. And she just took her royal bloodline and her entire happy, free family with her. Thank you for joining me on this incredibly complex deep dive. The real history of these families is more shocking than any rumor. What do you think? Does Kody's obsession with his legacy make more sense now that you know who Christine's family really is? Let me know your full, detailed, long-form thoughts in the comments below.